Hello, everyone. It's me, Richard. Today is February 2nd, 2021. I can't believe we've already passed January into the new year. Time does fly. So, anyways, I wanted to talk about an interesting article um, regarding the supply of Bitcoin and how the supply is diminishing. So first off, I want to talk about Dogecoin. Then I'll go over the market global cap on cryptos, and then I'll get into the article and try to get this under 15 minutes. So um, Dogecoin, it's pretty strong. For the last week, after it had its spike going up to 8 cents, it's hovering around 3.5 cents, and it's been steady all the way through today. So I like that. Okay, so I you can't compare this to like stock analysis where you want to see the stock that you're investing in kind of flat line and hoping that it'll go up based on positive news on the company that you're investing in. But this is completely different. It's a different beast. It's all about the macro and the micro, which I've been harping about in all my videos. As more money comes in, the price for a unit of alt cryptocurrency will go up based on the flood of money going into it. What happens is when you get a flood of money coming from whales, Wall Street investors, big corporations that are tinkering with the idea of basing some of their business of their payment system on crypto coins, i.e., Bitcoin, for one. That all that flood of money that goes into it, it gyrates. It kind of gyrates the algorithms with that is based upon the blockchain technology. No one sees this unless you have the software to look at the blockchain technology, and I don't have it. But at some point in a time in the future, I will attempt to provide a more better illustration of what I'm talking about. But it's all about macro and micro. So the macro level is where these big corporations, and I did a video on Sunday about Visa. They're going to apply some of their payment systems on Bitcoin. So, and there was quite a few others. So, at any rate, the market cap today it's going pretty strong compared to yesterday, Monday. Silver had its run over the weekend, then it kind of pulled back today. So silver, on a different matter, which all of this hype, with the Wall Street bets and all this talk about GameStop and AMC, it was all like mass hysteria, where it was all pumped up and then it dumped. And I think GameStop dropped tremendously. It lost over $100 a share, and I feel really bad for those investors because it didn't take those investors that went into GameStop and AMC were not using, in my opinion, critical analysis, and they went with the herd. And usually when the herd they reach a cliff, they keep stampeding to the point where they dive off the cliff to certain death. And that's what I see with all of this investing into this. It's really mayhem. So please watch my previous videos. I'm trying to bring some common sense out there. I'm kind of skeptical about Bitcoin, and I love Dogecoin. I think it's a mutter. You know what a mutter is? A mutter is a horse. When you go horse racing, and it's a rainy season, you bet on a mutter. What a mutter? where the track it gets soaking wet from the rain, the soil turns into from very firm dirt into mud. And mudders are horses that are long shots. And with these long shots, they have a 20 to 50 to 1 long shot. And then they stay. So when the horses are out the gates, and then as they're coming around about a quarter mile to the finishing line, you see the favorites that are in the lead. But then when they get to about 100 feet, about 100 to 200 feet within the finishing line, they pull back, the favorites. And what happens is the mudders, they with the long shots, 20 to 1, 30 to 1, they come out and they beat the favorites and they beat the finishing line. And I wanted to compare that to Dogecoin, because Dogecoin is to me is a mudder when you bet at a racetrack. And this is all controlled gambling. And I keep saying this. It's all about macro and micro levels and controlled gambling. So if you invest $1,000 into Dogecoin, then potentially you could come out with a couple $100,000 when it hits a dollar a unit with Dogecoin. And it could hit $1 after Biden kicks the $2 trillion stimulus plan, because that's a flood. That's like opening the gates of water, a dam, and it's gonna flood the economy with so much money. So then the Wall Street firms, the hedge funds, small investors, well, particularly the Wall Street folks up there in New York City, they get all this money and then they start betting on stocks and they're betting on cryptocurrencies. And so if that happens, I do see Dogecoin having a rally, as we did a week ago, where it hit 8 cents, but it could go up higher, because you've got not only the money that's going to flood into Dogecoin, it's going to excite the algorithms, and it's going to push the price of these of Dogecoin up. Not only Dogecoin, other cryptocurrencies too as well. But Dogecoin is my favorite. You can see here it's ranking 15 on CoinMarketCap, and it's got a 4.1 billion dollars, almost $4.2 billion of market cap already invested in Dogecoin. So I said on my video on Sunday, there was 300 million several years ago. It went up to 800 million. Then it was hovering around 1 billion for a while. Just now it's 4.2, and it's been around 4.2. It's been higher. I think when it hit 8 cents on its rally last week, I think last Thursday, it hit $5 billion. And then it went back down to, I think, 3.9 billion, and now it's about $4.2 billion. So there are money that is flowing into Dogecoin. And we just got to hold on to our seats and just watch for this thing to take off. Bitcoin is, it's 36,000 and a half with a 678 billion market cap, and it will go higher. So I want to get onto this article. And I want to keep this video on 15 minutes because I don't want to lose audience attention. And there was an interesting article published on Investor Place on January 3. And it talked about altcoin season. Your profits could be bigger than ever. And so this is a season of price surges and wealth creation. And it's true. There's a lot of millionaires being minted. just within the last couple of months. And you'll see those news articles talking about it probably in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so altcoins are currencies, are cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first crypto and is by far the largest, with a market cap of nearly 700 billion. So altcoins are, well, everything else. When companies are worth 700 billion, big stocks move are hard to come by. But if you followed Bitcoin in recent weeks, you've seen it rocket higher from 10 to 40,000 in less than 4 months. It even doubled from 20 to 40,000 in just 3 weeks. And that's Bitcoin that they're talking about. But too many people stop there. Alt season is about recognizing the other smaller cryptocurrencies, altcoins, which are really the software programs of the future that few people know about. They are smaller, but they make bigger price moves. Just what I was talking about a couple of minutes ago. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me on this video. Usually much bigger. Just look at the second largest cryptocurrency, Ethereum. It has made all-time highs on its own. In the same time that Bitcoin is up a little over 200%, Ethereum has jumped closer to 300,000. As Bitcoin continues to make headlines, I think back to when I was pounding the table on buying Bitcoin below $10,000. It was not popular call with a lot of folks. Many believe cryptocurrencies were a dying fad. Not only were the skeptics wrong then, those who remain skeptical now will miss out on one of the greatest investment trends of the century. Bitcoin 100,000 is not unrealistic at all. And as with all bellwether cryptocurrencies sets up for more upside, select smaller altcoins are poised to move even higher. This isn't something I made up. It's not even new. We had alt seasons before. Alt seasons follow an event that's baked into Bitcoin software code. It's called the halving or halving, when the amount of new Bitcoin comes onto the market gets cut in half. Less new supply at a time of strong demand pushes higher prices. That's what I keep saying, guys. My audience, please hear me out. I mean, when you get a flush of money coming into these cryptocurrencies, that's the time where if you invested, then the price of those units will go up. It's based on the algorithms and the blockchain as the underlying backbone of these cryptocurrencies. Look what it says here. Less new supply at a point in time of strong demand pushes prices higher. Okay, that should be kept in mind with as far as investing in cryptos. You're just waiting for the moment, like I discussed about the mutter, that horse that stays in the back of the pack, and it's raining, and the track is muddy, it's raining, water is getting into the eyes of the horses and the jockey, but they keep plugging along. And all the favorites, the 1-to-1, the 2-to-1 odds, they're in the lead, then they fall back. But what comes ahead is those mutters with 20, 30, 40, 50 to 1 long shots. That's where you're as an investor in cryptos, you're hoping for. And then eventually you should sell out. I mean, you should capture that moment in time and just sell out, and then just keep the money, because it could come back down. Or you just hold on to it for the long term. If your time horizon is a year, 2 years, 3 years, then there's really no need for you to sell. Just watch the ride. It'll continue to go up, because look at over here. I mean, when I did my video on January 1st of 2021, that 03 was not there. It was actually 0.00025. or even lower than that. There was a lot of zeros there. Now it's been holding strong, and we're talking about a market cap of about $4.2 trillion. you know, it's control betting, but it's looking good. So um, let's see. But it says here in the follow me right here. Okay, I was trying to get the paragraph. If you can follow me on the second paragraph, but the biggest opportunity by far and the only one few people know about is in select altcoins. In past alt seasons following Bitcoin halving, the best altcoins not only follow Bitcoin higher, they outperform it. So there you go. In the typical scenario, after past halving, Bitcoin rallies and breakout first, and then altcoins follow with even more amazing gains as investors look for the next big winners. Bitcoin has soared after its latest halving event, and now altcoins look to be beginning their big surge as well. That makes the time to buy to get in the biggest gains. Plus, there's other factors to consider that make this alt season the biggest one yet. So, nearly 9 months after the new supply of Bitcoin got cut in half, the amount being bought by large firms such as Square, PayPal, and Grayscale is higher than ever. In addition, several high-profile investors and firms are talking about Bitcoin much more positively than before. So everybody, all these investors, the big ones, the big wigs, the whales, they're warming up to Bitcoin because everybody's getting into the act of investing in Bitcoin, but also other cryptocurrencies because they're cheap. Among the best known is billionaire hedge fund Paul Tudor Jones. He called it the best hedge against inflation, and he compared investing in Bitcoin now to investing early in tech stocks. So back in the days, 20 years ago, you invested in tech stocks, and there was quite a few of them. Even PayPal was breaking out. Google was at its infancy. Just 20 years ago, everybody was buying into it. But what they're saying here, that Paul Tudor Jones is saying that cryptos are better than the tech stocks 20 years ago. He also thinks Bitcoin is only in its first inning out of 9. There is also Bill Miller, the legendary mutual fund manager who famously beat the S&P 500 every year from 1991 to 2005. He's also turned bullish on Bitcoin, even urging investors who do not have exposure to buy. Okay, so big money is just now dipping its toes into the world of cryptocurrencies, showing that it is still early in the game with a lot more to come. Here's another interesting paragraph. Sending money around the world will take seconds and cost mere pennies. And that is true. If you wanted to wire through your bank or utilize MoneyGram, Western Union, it costs a lot of money. When you spend $30, $40, $50 to do a transaction, if not more, that itself is a lot of money. You can buy several bags of groceries with that. But with Bitcoin and other cryptos, you can do it at a blink of an eye without, having to spend massive fees. So this article was written by Matthew McCall, and he left Wall Street to actually help investors. Okay, so I'm going to publish a link to this article on my website, on my down below. I'm going to wrap this up for tonight, and I need to ask you again. Please like my channel. Please subscribe and leave a comment. I do respond to my comments, and I shout out to several subscribers that have messaged me before. I love you guys. I love all of you, and let's keep this positive note on this channel. And I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos. I'm hoping that I'm providing some common sense and knowledge out there. Don't go with the herd. The herd will just dive off the cliff. And you don't want to be part of that. Go against the herd. Go against it. That's where you with common proper analysis, you can hit on a long shot and make a lot of money. I'm not selling anything, and I'm not advising anybody to buy altcoins or cryptocurrencies, and this is purely for entertainment purposes. Please like the channel, subscribe, and be in tune for further videos. Thank you all.